Hello, 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 Serpent Reality. Welcome to our first ever host appreciation night. Um, Bear with me for this first part. It's kind of going to be a little talking and a little talking. It'll be a lot of talking and a little bit of stopping. Because we're here to appreciate our host. Let's get into it. Over the last 3 years of my hosting career, I never thought I would be where I am. I have a strong support system and a strong production team. We have done so much to grow and be the community we are. The first thing to open tonight, I want to talk about are my two people that I have never left and that have never left me. Scarlett, I'll start with you. We have had so many bad days, but those bad days would never, ever outweigh the amazing days we always end with. You have stayed so loyal and prestige with me. I honestly knew when we first met, you were someone I would always cherish through our many fights and trials. We have never let each other down and never could. You have been a light in my darkest days, moments, and seasons here at Serpent Reality, and I am so happy that I've had you through our growth, bad seasons, good seasons, hard times, and good times. And I'm so happy to stand tall and happy with you, not only here in Serpent Reality, but also with you in Red Reality. Casey, you're next. I could go on for hours and hours. You know how I feel with you because I express it all the time, but let me tell the world real fast how much I care, love, and adore you as a whole. Casey, when we met almost a year and a half ago, I never thought we'd become as close as we are now. We are growing together as people and as a community. We have never once looked at each other and said we want to give up and stop. We always fight for one another's successes and goals. You have been the one person I dreamed of growing with and being with. You always have something bad. You always, oh, yeah, okay, I know where I'm going with this. You always have something bad to say about yourself in the midst of hard times. But I can honestly say, without a doubt in my mind, you're the best, amazing, and strongest person I have ever stood by. Without you, Serpent Reality would have crashed and burnt a long time ago. But you have pushed me to continue doing what I do. You have pushed me to fight hard and never stop. You are the one person that I wake up and message as soon as I get my brain fog cleared. You're the person I wake up and think about first. You're the person I wake up and continue fighting in my community, but also life for. You're my reason to live and host and be who I am. I love you, and I'm so excited to say you are here forever and always. Next, I want to go on to talk about some other things. Tonight is a night about my community that I have fought to grow. First and foremost, I'm going to go back to Scarlett. And I want to say Red Reality has been a huge part of my success as we have been to their success. Our communities are two of the strongest communities we could ask for, and I'm so happy to have this community as my sister channel. No one else is clapping. Yes, Kalani. Okay. All right. So real fast, I'm going to open the floor to Casey and Scarlett so they can say anything they want to say. I'm going to start with Scarlett like I did with the speech. So Scarlett, if you have anything you would like to start off by saying, now is your chance to do so.
I guess I'll start by saying that Serpent Reality has given me the chance to start Red Reality, and without Serpent Reality, there wouldn't really be a Red Reality. And I think, given the chance that I was able to start hosting, I've found something I'm extremely passionate about, and I love what I do, and I love everyone in this community that we have built together. And I'm so happy to have Sean and Casey by my side to help me host these wonderful, crazy little games that I like to host. And without them and without all of this, I wouldn't have a passion that I am pursuing. And this is a passion I am pursuing, even though it's only a hobby right now. I'm sure if I can make money off this would be my career.
Casey, your turn.
Cool. So thank you both to Sean and Scarlett for letting me be on their production team. I'm very happy that I've found this community because I don't really have a lot of in-person real life friends. So without these games, I probably would be very lonely and very depressed and very, very sad. So I thank the both of you from the bottom of my heart, and just this community as a whole, from Serpent Reality to Red Reality, and also the games I host. Even though some games are better than others, I have a blast and couldn't and wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
All right. So next, I want to talk about the future successes and things we wish to do here at Serpent Reality and even Red Reality. So before I start talking about the planned things, to the people that are here now, including the viewers on YouTube, if you have any success questions or any future esque questions, now is the chance to ask those questions before I get into the planned things to talk about. The floor is yours. I'm gonna check the live stream now. I don't. Ew. Yes, Kalani, you could have asked that out loud. I'm gonna give it a few more seconds.
Sean, I don't know your middle name, Groves. In the future of Serpent Reality, do you still plan on being a fucking faggot?
Of course. All right. Casey, Scarlett, do either of you have anything about futures, success, goals, etc. that you would like to bring up? Now is y'all's chance before we get into the planned topics.
Sorry, can you say that again?
What, Scarlett?
I didn't hear what you said. Someone walked by.
If you have any questions about the future for Serpent Reality, or anything you want to add, now is y'all's chance. Casey, Scarlett, are y'all good before I move on?
I'm good.
Go ahead.
All right. So first and foremost, first thing I want to talk to everyone about, in the coming months, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, who knows. However, we are working hard to get our merch set up. As a community, we feel as if we've hosted plenty of people and we've never kind of gave back to the people that have played our games. This is one little way that we want to say, here you go. Thank you so much for taking your time, spending it with us. We've created these designs for all of you, and we hope you guys enjoy and like these designs that we've come up with. We aren't going to try to aim for high price points. We're going to try to aim for the lowest price points that we can. However, we also have to work alongside a brand company that will be branding us, etc., etc. But hopefully in the next few months and not a few years, we will have that set up and ready and launching for all of you to enjoy. Next, so this is where Casey and Scarlett are kind of gonna get their fair share of talking, because I couldn't talk about all of this on my own. And this is more of Scarlett's thing than mine in a way. You'll see what I mean later when I start talking about it. Anyways, so talking about the possibility of new formats. So here's where I'm at in this whole big blurb of life and hosting. First, I want to say we've hosted a lot of formats, and I think Scarlett and Casey would agree that there are, as we could create as much as we want. We could do as much as we want. Unfortunately, we're not going to be alive forever and we're going to die at some point. So we can't just host whatever we want. And we don't want to get too far ahead to where we just have a bunch of games and nothing, and we're just always changing it up and moving it around and blah, 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 blah. I just feel like it's going to become a big blurb and a blur, and everyone's going to start being drowned out and not enjoy themselves here the way we want them to enjoy themselves. So I'm going to hand this over to Scarlett really fast because Scarlett's probably got more formats planned than I do. So Scarlett, now is your chance to talk about Red Reality and your.
I mean, yeah, it's what you said is we don't want to do various different things. That's why like your main thing is impulse and my main thing is the challenge. We have our main games that are like our main series versus all the little games that we host, like Sean hosting all these minis and then me hosting my various other games like Big Brother and Survivor and Lipstick Legacy, all these other games that I've hosted. As for plans for Red Reality, I definitely plan on doing, obviously the challenge, the format, like theme and twist wise changes every season, but the challenge itself will never go away. I do have plans in the works for doing a long term. I did a poll recently and Big Brother's winning, so maybe Big Brother will be my first long term back. But I also have plans of doing the Hunger Games sort of in a way. And I definitely have ideas for other things. I mean, we've even had our discussion about some sort of org talent show sort of thing, and also I wanted to host something that's like a mashup of all of my Red Reality games in one game. There's various different ideas out there, and I continue to take in other people's thoughts. So I can't necessarily say what's next in like what's coming up right now. The only thing I can say is season 8 of the challenge will be on Friday. But there are various different things that we could produce for y'all, and they are definitely in the roadmap, just not placed in a certain time slot.
Okay, in just a second, I'm going to hand it over to Casey. Casey, 1 second.
Sorry, I didn't realize you said my name because you cut out. What did?
I just said, give me a second. I'll hand it over to you.
Oh, okay. Because all right. Sorry.
And Impulse season 9 is coming up soon.
Okay, Casey, check your Zoom messages, and then whenever you're good on that, you can start.
All right. So we actually, Sean and I sat down, I don't know, probably about a month ago and came up with some new fun mini ideas. And these are just some things that are coming up. We have the snake maze, the mystery, which is pretty much like Clue. We have level up, and we also have Wheel of Power, which is a fully luck-based game, and it involves the wheel, everyone's favorite thing. As Scarlett mentioned, Impulse 9 is also coming up in a few short weeks. The theme for that is Clue, and we just have a lot of fun minis planned for y'all, so stay tuned for that.
Okay. Next, Serpent Reality has a very small hosting team. Myself, Casey, and Scarlett. While I appreciate everything we've all three done together, it would be an honor and a pleasure to welcome new hosts to the team. With this, we can develop bigger games, better hosting techniques, and even multiply our audience members and our success as a whole. So if you're interested in applying for the production team of Serpent Reality, this does not include Impulse and Impulse Survivor. I'm talking strictly Serpent Reality. The applications will be posted on the Serpent Reality page on Facebook. If you're not on that page, please PM me on Facebook at Sean Groves, message Casey at Casey Boyle, or message Scarlett at Scarlett Vinny Reed, all on Facebook. And we will get you squared away. We'll get you the application and we will do the next steps from there. But yes, we are willing to expand our hosting team as a whole for that bigger and better bang of a production team to grow and develop even more things. After that, players have come in, left, but one thing I know for sure, and if I could without a doubt say anything about Impulse and Serpent Reality and Scarlett's Red Reality and our communities as a whole, we have been growing like wildfire. Not in the sense that we have new players every mini, not in the sense that we have new viewers every mini, but in the sense that we have grown our bases to a farm. With Impulse Survivor, with the challenge for Scarlett, and what else is there? Big Brother Red with Scarlett.
Red Reality's games as a whole.
Assassin. There's a lot. Anyways, we've grown and we're going to continue growing. For our community, we feel it is necessary that we continue to grow. There's going to be different ways that we grow, and as long as we are growing, we are happy. So this is something. Yes, it is.
No, that's the Twitter one, not mine.
Oh, Lipstick Legacy, sorry.
We don't need to get attacked by people today.
Anyway, sorry, I was like, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, anyways, moving on. So a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions because I drop teasers, I drop hints, I do that. My brain moves at 1,000 miles per hour, I swear to God. So let's talk about Impulse and the future of Impulse, as well as the LRG and Survivor. So we are getting ready to close applications for season 9. Speaking of that, let me do what I needed to do earlier and check the applications on that so I know if I'm closing or not. I am not. Okay. So anyways, moving on from that. So Impulse 9 is going to happen. We're going to close apps very soon. So if you haven't applied, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, get those applications in. However, after Impulse 9, we're going to do Impulse 10. I've kind of told some people the theme. I don't want to give it away on the YouTube yet, so I will not be saying what that is. But Impulse 9 will be happening directly after Impulse 9. Or Impulse 10 will happen directly after Impulse 9. Okay. After that, we plan to do Impulse Survivor Season 3. We have the logo made. We're excited for it. It will be the theme of, let me see what we put on the logo so I don't fuck it up and look stupid later. I know what the theme is. I just don't know what we called it on the logo. That'll be a Casey thing that I need to look at because it's with Casey's messages, I believe. Give me 1 second. I'm slow. I promise I'll get it eventually. Oh, found it. Okay, so season 3 of Impulse Survivor will be Mario Island. Wonderful. And to me, a Mario. Anyways, I'll stop. So that will happen directly after Impulse 10. After that, we will be very, very close and edging up on the LRG film dates. So what that means is we are going to stop hosting long terms for that time being. We're not completely done hosting long terms. Don't freak out. Just for that time frame will we be done hosting long terms, because the LRG is going to take priority, obviously, because that is the thing of then. So we're gonna try to push out all these seasons, get some content out there for you guys, and then we're gonna go jump right into the LRG filming. We're gonna film that, and then when we're done filming that for how many ever days, 5 days, I think it is. After that, we're gonna get home, relax for a few days, take a deep breath, edit all our stuff, get all that done, and then we will be back with either another season of Impulse, likely not, but we will for sure be back eventually with another Impulse Survivor season. So keep an eye out for all of these big, great things that are happening very soon. This next segment has nothing to do with me, really. I have not worked on the successes, the growth, and the goals of this community as much as my own. So I'm going to completely hand this over to Scarlett to talk about Red Reality's growth and the team's goals together.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit, can we just sit back and talk about this for a second? I have hosted 16 different games with 19 winners crowned. I've hosted over 200 players. That's a very rough guesstimate, but I will say it has been a long journey to get to where I am at now. I mean, back in season 1, we're a mess, that's for sure. But now we're here and we're heading up to Impulse 8, or not Impulse, the Challenge 8. And there are many more to come after that. But to say that I have crowned 16 whole winners of every season that I've hosted, not just the challenge, but just every game I've hosted. With the challenge, that would be what? I will be crowning my, I think, I would say like 13th or 14th winner. Just having loyal players, because again, I wanted to host. I didn't know how I would be as a host. And with the rough start, I was kind of scared of failing. But as seasons went on, as we grew and we got further and further into the series, I felt a little bit more confident, and now hosting is something that I can do as like a second language. It's obviously everyone has their hiccups, but it's never been horrible to the point where I've had to stop and have someone else take over, or stop and like reassess a situation crazily. I feel like I've had such a good learning curve when it comes to this, and I have loyal players who love to play my game, players who are obsessed with my series, and that's what I wanted. I wanted players and I wanted viewers who very much enjoy the content that I create. So just as a whole, the start of Red Reality, because this is only the start, trust me, this is just the beginning of Red Reality, has been so successful, and I feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm sure Casey can speak on some more stuff that I haven't said anything about, but I feel like we've had great games produced and great moments, great players. And I think the biggest thing, because I talked about this today in an interview, because I have obviously my friend Macy, who for her project, she interviewed me about what I do, and this is what I do. One of the questions was something along the lines of what makes you the proudest of what you do, and that was having players go out and represent Red Reality. I've had 2 players, Jay and Nikki, both represented me in a Winners at Warmany, which I thought was huge. So in general, I feel like just the beginning of Red Reality has been a wonderful ride, and I'm ready to move on and make this company bigger. Casey?
I mean, I think you pretty much touched on everything, just that you have a lot of loyal players, but also you're still constantly getting new players, which I think is important. And I'm just excited to see the future and help you grow as much as possible.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be an LRG way far down in the future.
All right, so while we have appreciated our host and our community, we cannot fully appreciate the community that we have grown without appreciating our past host and our players that have stayed loyal and true to us. So just some quick shout outs out there to the people out there watching, to our favorite people in this whole wide world, people that have never stopped supporting from day one to day 100. We love every single one of you. We stand every single one of you, and we are so proud of the growth that you have as a player in this community. So first and foremost, past host, John Dennis, Josh Vitello, Darcy Williams. We love all of you so much. You're great people. And yeah, we also have Zach, Logan, Ruby, and Colleen. Me and Logan creating Impulse and what it is today. I can't thank Logan a 1,000 times for the baby that we have. Sheldon, shout out to you as a player. Much love. Marvin, Burgos, Miles, I don't know how to say last names. So shout out to Miles. Shout out to Liz Throneberry, Sean Patrick, Ryan Ferguson, Gonjo, Shelby, Kalani. Love you. So much love. I see you in the audience watching. Jules, the icon, the legend, multiple time winner. We love Jules. Mason, Gianna Reed, Melissa, Andrew Link. Of course, we love Andrew. Andrew, we love you. Jodely / Lemon, if you're out there watching, we see you. We're proud of you and everything you've done. So proud to call you the winner of Judge Season 1. Fire Skull, Rocks, Never, Tanner, Brendan, John V, Tristan, we see you. We love you. We are so proud of the growth you've had in this community. LJ, Nikki, Cody, Kevin, Alex, we see you. And finally, last but not least, for our player success shout out to Callum Lucas, who is the king of inactivity, but we stand, we appreciate, and we love the support. Okay, so the next little part of this, I want to open the floor to the three of you here right now to give feedback. Say what you need to say if you have anything to say. Me, Casey, and Scarlett have done our best to be the hosts that we are. And we continue trying every single day. But we feel one thing that helps us grow is our players' feedback and what our players have to say. So the floor is open. Say whatever you need to say. Get it off your chest. Let it roll off. And yeah.
I want to say that y'all have created an amazing community. It's a safe place, and without y'all side of the community, I don't know where I would be, to be honest, because I've met a whole bunch of new people. Like me and Sean, we've met like late 2020 in December, early 2021. I can't believe I've just almost known Casey Scarlett for a whole almost year. Well, it's a year, and Sean almost 2 years. It just blows my mind, and I just want to thank you for creating the community you have built.
Anyone else? Tristan, Alex?
Yeah, being a part of this community, I've been playing org since July of 2020, and I feel like it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, because it has helped me meet more people than I never would have thought I would have met. Like, I've met so many people from different walks of life, and I've been able to create bigger bonds. And also with these orgs, I've been able to show what I'm made of as far as like physically, mentally, and everything else in between. And, especially with Serpent Reality, I've played like a few minis and one full-on org, and or maybe or two. I don't know. I have lost track, but I am very impressed with how good I did. Even though I said I don't think I'm gonna do so well, because some orgs, they just want to get rid of me because either I'm a big threat or I'm too inactive. Or so they say. But overall, like, this has been an amazing experience. Like, Sean, Scarlett, Casey, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I want to thank you guys for including me in your part of this community.
Alex, anything?
Yeah, I just want to say that it's so obvious, like the amount of time and effort all of you put into these games, and I just want to say, like, you guys do a great job, and just keep it up, and you guys are appreciated.
Scarlett, from a player perspective, anything?
Well, from a player perspective in Serpent Reality, again, it has been everything. I mean, I've played Impulse 3 fucking times. Clearly, I'm obsessed with the game. And I've played, I can't even count how many minis I've played, and I've won 5. I'm currently holding the most wins in Serpent Reality history. So clearly I'm addicted, and I love playing these games. It's so much fun. I've met so many amazing people. And to have so many different variety of mini, and to have such a fun and chaotic game. For me, I like to just play orgs when it comes to long terms, to play for the ride itself, and Impulse is quite the fucking ride. So just there isn't a better community in the org community than the Serpent Reality. I'd say the Twin Reality community.
Casey's only played 1 season of Impulse, and I think like 3 minis. So Casey, you don't have a player's perspective, probably. We stand Casey being on production.
I mean, yeah, I've only played 1 season of Impulse and probably like 3 or 4 minis, but also I prefer the planning side of things because that's what I went to school for. So I feel like I'm more suited for production because I just have that background and that experience.
Casey quite literally went to school to be an org production or host.
All right, so last things last tonight. So we've went over a lot. There's a lot to talk about for tonight. And we've kind of covered everything that we need to cover. Now, one thing I want to say is, no matter where you're from, how you get there, we are always going to welcome anyone with open arms, as long as you don't have too fucked up of a past. Looking at you, never mind, we won't interrupt tonight. Anyways, we love all of our players. We appreciate everyone that takes the time to learn and develop new skills here at Serpent Reality in our community. That being said, if you're scared to play for whatever reason, stop being scared. Come play. Come have fun. Come let the air roll off your shoulders and just come enjoy yourself, because this community will never ever stop growing until it's too full to grow any longer. I can't say this 1,000 times enough. Casey, Scarlett, the work we've done, the work we've accomplished, and the work we're going to accomplish is the best work that we could put out there in this world. And I'm so proud of both of you and myself for the things we do. And of course, I appreciate both of you from the start of the earth to the end of Uranus. I love you both a trillion times and always will. Anyways, from outside the Serpent Reality House, I'm your host, Julie Chen, without
Without
the motherfucking moon
moon
vest. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll